Alright guys, this is where we unloaded this morning. It's the same load that we got stuck on for those 3 days, right? And our toolbox door came off again, so we're going back to the shop and wherever it is to tell them to fix it right this time. Alright, but anyway, we unloaded this morning and now we reloaded at the same place. We're headed to Salt Lake City. And I might actually come right back here, depending on what freight's looking like. We spent the weekend, most of it up on the mountain. We rode the bikes and everything. It was a real good time. Whew. But boy, let me tell you, it's hot. It's hot as Satan's asshole out here. Just hot as hell. There, and look at the girl. Right? We'll sneak up on her. All right, she's all shorted up because she's burning up. Look, she's even got sun on her legs, and they're peeling like snake legs. As you can see, I'm hot, and I am not in proper attire. Neither of us are, because
115. Actually, I don't think it's 115.
You could die out here so fast, but we're not going to let that happen. So let's get in here and get outside out of the sun. See that thing there? I'm not sure what it is. I think there's a racing bicycle or something like that inside of it. There's several of them over there. Okay, so we're gonna get out of here now. Oh, let's take a picture of this. Click. All right, my other phone overheated just being outside that few moments I was talking to y'all. So I had to start with the fresh phone. Hopefully it works. I don't know, it might overheat too. So it just says it's 107 degrees, but there is no airflow. Last night it was 100 degrees here, but it felt like 89 because the air was flowing so well. Whew. So we're going back to the Petro now. Guys, do y'all remember back in the olden days when they had that drink called Fresca? I wasn't real partial to it back then, but now I discovered that I love it. Well, actually, I discovered about 15 years ago that I loved it, so it's way older than that. But then they did away with it, and now they've brung it back. And if you're a drinking person...
Did they do away with it everywhere? Or is it out there?
They pretty much did away with it everywhere. Fresca, they changed.
I wish they brought it back because the low carb people.
I would think so.
My knee hurts.
God, let me tell you about the adventure this weekend. It involved her knee and her elbow.
Actually, it's a lot better.
It looks a lot better. And
you can't see the bruise, but it hurts.
She's bruised worse. From here all the way down. It's gonna get worse. All right, so
I'm gonna tell everybody you did it. Then they'll look at you all judgingly like.
We took a motorcycle adventure up to the top of the mountain, and we rode all the passes and everything. Right.
If he would have been in the parking lot where I left him, I wouldn't have even been there.
She was coming in hot, at least 3 miles an hour. And
at least 3? I may have been going like 5 to 6 because even in first gear on that bike you have to go like 5 to 6 or you fall over. On
sand and gravel, when she turns her wheel and probably hit her brake too, and didn't put her foot down, and the bike just went just like that. And that, all right, and my head was turned, but my back eyes was like zoom. I heard the sound. And I turned around.
I have holes in my pants.
She was still laying flat on the ground, and she set up like a jack-in-the-box. Pardon the interruption. I'm in the shop getting what I had fixed the other day fixed again. So she sets up like a jack-in-the-box, and her eyes are this big. I could see her eyes look bigger than her glasses, right? Glasses this big, her eyes.
I didn't expect to fall.
And she looked like that little 3-year-old or 4-year-old that done did something bad and got caught, and they're like, oh my God. So she's making this face, and you know
how could you even see? You couldn't even see from here down. I had a helmet on.
Your visor was up.
You just saw this and was like...
The visor was up.
You can't see. All you can see is part of my nose and my eyeballs.
That's all I had to see to get to know your expression. Us animals can read expressions. So anyway...
You could smell it?
She set up like a jack-in-the-box, boinged her eyeballs at me, and I could tell that she wanted to initially start bawling. So instead of grabbing my camera, well, I did grab my camera, but I didn't turn it on because I was like, I know that didn't hurt her. I know it didn't. But she looks like she wants to cry. So I rushed over to her to save her.
He pretended like he cared. Just say it. He pretended like he was concerned
for
my health and well-being.
I thought your leg may have still been under the bike.
I was getting away from that bike because it was already hot around my legs and ankles.
Well, I didn't realize that till I got on the scene of the accident. I'm ready to treat for trauma, right? And she pops up the rest of the way. So,
running away from the bike.
Right. So I grabbed the bike.
Left it. That's
she actually helped me set the bike up real quick. She might have been a little embarrassed or something. I don't know. But
and you know what he says? I should have recorded that. You never fall over. I'm like, who do you ride with? I've dropped all our bikes now. Everyone that I've drove.
Yes, you have.
I have.
We're going to keep you off the V-Star and all the rest of them.
In parking lots, going 2 miles an hour. I just go, thunk.
But she still got back up, and we finished our ride.
Yeah, I should get some credit for that. Other people fall over and they sell their bikes 10 years later.
I'm never going to ride
and never ride it.
I'm never going to ride it.
I fall over and I'm like, oh, look. It's 20 miles back to the truck. I guess I got to ride it unless I want to walk.
I was proud of her. I really was. I mean, she's
proud of me for falling.
For getting up and getting back on. Because even those little spills can be scary. You know, when all of a sudden you don't ever have control of anything. All you can do is control.
You think you do.
You control the variables, right? And sometimes if you don't control the variables right, you'll lose control.
The day before in the dirt, I did real good stopping and backing up to real road and moving.
It's a damn good thing because you would have fell 1,500 feet off one of them mountains. And there wasn't no guardrails or anyway.
No,
I'm going to put that video up here the day after tomorrow or something.
It was one of them curvies, and then I didn't get traction in the dirt, so I just sort of stopped.
Yeah, stopping can be dangerous too, you know.
I wasn't getting no traction.
But anyway, we are headed on up to.
We was having a good time.
Salt Lake, right? That's where we're going. We got to take Little Dog home because he's getting fat. See how big he is? I think with his heart problem, he's starting to retain water.
Little Dog tells me I gained some weight too, but he's doubled in size.
He's acting fine, so I'm not too worried about him.
He's peeing. He's pooing.
I've seen this problem happen before with dogs with heart problems, and but he's not showing the classic signs. They usually stop eating, stop drinking.
He eats more than ever.
And then they stop peeing. And he's not doing that. He's doing everything.
He was just griping a while ago, and I cleaned out their water bowl and refilled it, so he's still definitely drinking.
So it's 530 miles Salt Lake, and we'll see you guys up there.
Oh, I'll be delivering.
Yeah, you will. I'm in my 14-hour clock.
Yeah, you're down to 7.5 hours.
I won't make it.
No, you won't.
Okay, so here we are, and we're coming into Vegas. It may or may not rain. But, all right, here, I made a decision, all right? Here's how it rolls. All right, so this load pays really good. I got another load, but I don't pick it up until Thursday. So instead of sitting around waiting for it, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to Kingman and pick up another load in the morning after I unload and bring it up here for tomorrow night, and then I'll load in Denver the following day. I've set 3 days this weekend, no fault to anybody else, and then of course there was the holiday, so I'm gonna take a cut by doing that. But overall, I'm going to have a net positive, a much bigger net positive than if I sat around and played the I'm not going to run for $3 a mile thing, right? I'm okay with it. That sky really pretty up there. Wow, that's a nice little picture. Let's see, Decatur Lake, 15, 5, all right. So we're almost to 15. It's 420 miles to delivery. There's not going to be a whole lot of sleep being got tonight because I want to be there by 2:30, 3 o'clock at the latest. That'll put me back in Kingman at lunchtime. It takes me about half an hour to load this load. So I can be out of there by 2 and be back up here tomorrow night by midnight, where I can then unload 24/7 and be over at Denver by lunchtime the next day to reload. Yeah. Or is that the same day? I don't know. It's just too much going on in my head. I can work it out, but it's still, theoretically, it'll all work out. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. As long as she gets a little bit of sleep. But we've all been up all day. And y'all know when she gets out here in some of this landscape, she has to stay awake just to look at the boulders. I kid you not. She's got to look at the boulders. She loves them. I find that adorable. Oh, here's my exit. Yay! All right, let's take the exit together. All right, that's worked out all right. Now it's 7 o'clock tonight. So hell, there shouldn't be no more backups unless somebody's just driving stupid up through here. I know they're going to be driving stupid. But hell, I mean, everybody, so many people don't drive nights anymore. The roads are half empty. Of course, I'm not the night driver. But it looks like I'm going to be driving till about 10 o'clock tonight so she can get some sleep. That's all right. I miss driving nights. I really do. I had a lot of satisfaction in that nighttime thing. I always felt like all the other night people and myself were kindred spirits. I feel like a sellout driving daylight hours. Close it's going to be to the road. I don't think it would be too awful close since everything's open. But it wouldn't be the first time that you've had embers flying overhead. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to let this here run through this area because it looks pretty intense, actually. Let's slow down. This is the gorge right before Utah. And I don't know how, I'm not seeing any traffic coming the other direction. So I don't know. Wow. That's crazy. That's a big old mess. Alright. That's about all we're going to see of that right now. Oh, look at this car trying to kill itself. Wow. Did this all start right here? Oh, no. Damn it. What a mess. Boy, it smells strong. Touchdown successful. Alright, 2:45. Yeah, let's get this unloaded.